everyone, I am Alisha Raj and I am going to introduce you to psychology. Have you ever wondered why we are so much curious about knowing everything around us? Why people behave differently in same situation? Why some people learn anything quickly? You may be thinking it's because they are Superman. But my dear learners, the answer to all these questions can be scientifically explained by psychology. Psychology in simple terms means a study of mind and behavior. Since long, people have been trying to explain the human nature. The Indian philosophy deals with questions relating to why people behave in the manner in which they do, why are people generally unhappy, what changes should they bring about in themselves if they desire happiness in their lives. Like all knowledge, psychological knowledge is too intended to contribute to human well-being. There are many other common sense notions which you may not find to be true. Not too long ago, it was believed in some cultures that men are more intelligent than women or women cause more accidents than men. Empirical studies have shown that both of these are untrue. Common sense also tells us that one is not able to give one's best if you are asked to perform before a large audience. Psychological studies have shown that if you have practiced well, you may actually perform better because the presence of others helps your performance. So, if you want to know the reasons behind such questions, let us know more about this interesting subject, psychology. In this lesson, we will explain the nature of psychology and its definitions, the scope of psychology, the basic psychological processes and the fields of psychology. Psychology may be a new word for you, so don't be tensed. I will tell you the meaning of this word. The word psychology has been derived from Greek words psyche and logos. The word psyche refers to spirit or soul and the word logos refers to discourse or study. It is denoted by the Greek symbol called psi. Psychology is influenced to a large extent by the Western world. In the Western world, the formal beginning of psychology started when Wilhelm Wundt established the first experimental laboratory at the University of Leipzig in Germany. Wundt was interested in the study of conscious experience and wanted to analyze the constituents or the building blocks of mind. The Indian philosophical tradition is rich in its focus on mental processes and reflections on human consciousness, self, mind-body relations and a variety of mental functions. The school of yoga, Samakya, Vedanta, Nyaya, Buddhism and Jainism provided detailed account of mind, mental processes and methods to control mind. Unfortunately, philosophical roots in the Indian traditions have not influenced the development of modern psychology in India. The development of the discipline in India continues to be dominated by Western psychology. The modern era of Indian psychology began in the Department of Philosophy at Calcutta University, where the first psychology laboratory was established in 1950. Calcutta University started the first department of psychology in the year 1916 and another department of applied psychology in 1938. The beginning of modern experimental psychology at Calcutta University was greatly influenced by the Indian psychologist Dr. N. Sengupta. Professor G. Bose established Indian Psychoanalytical Association in 1922. Departments of psychology in the University of Mysore and Patna were other early centers of teaching and research in psychology. From these modest beginnings, modern psychology has grown as a strong discipline in India with a large number of centers of teaching, research and applications. In the present scenario, psychology in India is making a significant contributions to the field of psychology in the world. It has emphasized the need for developing psychological principles which are rooted in our own social and cultural context. Now that we have got to know about how psychology was evolved, let me tell you the definition of psychology. Psychology is defined formally as a science which studies mental processes, experiences and behavior in different contexts. Let us try to understand these three terms used in the definition, namely mental processes, experience and behavior. Experiences are subjective in nature. We cannot directly observe or know someone else's experience. Only the experiencing person can be aware or be conscious of his or her experiences. Thus, experiences are embedded in our awareness or consciousness. When we say that experiences are internal to the experiencing person, we refer to the states of consciousness or awareness or mental processes. We use our mental processes when we are thinking, trying to solve a problem, or trying to remember something. Behaviors are responses or reactions we make or activities we engage in. For example, during examination, you might feel nervous or your heart pounding. Behaviors may be simple or complex. Some behaviors are overt and some are covert. Overt behavior refers to the actions that are easily observed, such as walking, dancing, and use of body languages such as hand gesture or facial expressions. Covert behavior refers to that behavior that cannot be observed by anyone other than the person performing the behavior, such as thinking or dreaming. Now, let us discuss the scope of psychology. Does psychology only studies behavior of a person? Well, psychology is a vast discipline. Psychology also studies the function of various parts of brains which regulate our feeling, emotions and thinking. Also, psychology focuses upon higher mental processes or cognition like memory, attention, perception, motivation, learning, thinking and many more. In addition, psychology studies as to how a given socio-cultural environment interacts with innate biological, intellectual and social attributes of the child and facilitates healthy development of the child. So, do you understand that psychology is a vast field and applies to so many things like our mind and behavior? Now, let's come to basic psychological processes. While studying behavior, it is one of the most important tasks for psychologists to understand the processes which collectively influence a particular behavior. Let me give you a glimpse of these psychological processes. First is sensation, that refers to our awareness about various stimuli which we encounter in different modalities such as vision, hearing, touch and taste. Second is attention. It is a process where we selectively focus on a particular stimulus among many stimuli available to us. Third is perception. In the case of perception, we process information and make out the meaning of the stimuli available to us. Learning. It helps us acquire new knowledge and skills through experience and practice. Memory. The information we process and learn is registered, stored and retrieved from memory system whenever required. The other one is thinking. Thinking is the activity of human reason as a process of strengthening the relationship between stimulus and response. Now, psychology has a vast field. How is psychology applicable in our everyday life? Do you know there are many fields in psychology which are relevant in our daily life, such as abnormal psychology that deals with various categories of psychological disorders which affect the mental health of the individual. It is the study of abnormal behavior in order to describe, predict, explain and change abnormal patterns of functioning. Abnormal psychology studies the nature of psychopathology and its causes, and this knowledge is applied in clinical psychology to treating patients with psychological disorders. The name and the classifications of these disorders are listed in the Diagnostic and Statistical Manual of Mental Disorders. Second is cognitive psychology. It deals with acquisition, storage, transformation and applications of information the individual uses to understand and interpret events happening around him or her. Third is clinical and counseling psychology. Clinical psychology is primarily concerned with diagnosis and treatment of various psychological disorders such as anxiety, depression, eating disorders and chronic substance abuse. Whereas counseling psychology deals with mild emotional, social and adjustment problems. Do you know how clinical psychologists and psychiatrists are different? A clinical psychologist has a degree in psychology which includes intensive training in treating people with psychological disorders. In contrast, a psychiatrist has a medical degree with years of specialized training in the treatment of psychological disorders. One important distinction is that psychiatrists can prescribe medications and give, whereas clinical psychologists cannot. Educational psychology. It studies how people of all ages learn. A related field, school psychology, focuses on designing programs that promote intellectual, social, and emotional development of children, including those with special needs. Educational psychology is the branch of psychology concerned with the scientific study of human learning. The study of learning processes from both cognitive and behavioral perspectives allows researchers to understand individual differences in intelligence, cognitive development, affect, motivation, self-regulation, and self-concept, as well as their role in learning. The field of educational psychology relies heavily on quantitative methods, including testing and measurement, to enhance educational activities related to instructional design, classroom management, assessment, which serve to facilitate learning process in various educational settings across the lifespan. Educational psychology can in part be understood through its relationship with other disciplines. It is informed primarily by psychology, bearing a relationship to that discipline's analogous to the relationship between medicine and biology. It is also informed by neuroscience. Educational psychology in turn informs a wide range of specialties within educational studies, including instructional design, educational technology, curriculum development, organizational learning, special education, and classroom management. Educational psychology both draws from and contributes to cognitive science and the learning sciences. Social psychology. It explores how people are affected by their social environments, how people think about and influence others. Social psychologists are interested in such topics as attitudes, conformity, and obedience to authority, interpersonal attraction, helpful behavior, prejudice, aggression, social motivation, intergroup relations, and so on. In psychology, social psychology is the scientific study of how people's thoughts, feelings, and behaviors are influenced by the actual, imagined, or implied presence of others. In this definition, scientific refers to the empirical methods of investigation. The term thoughts, feelings, and behaviors include all psychological variables that are measurable in human beings. The statement that others' presence may be imagined or implied suggests that we are prone to social influence even when no other people are present, such as when watching television or following internalized cultural norms. Social psychologists typically explain human behavior as a result of the interaction of mental states and immediate social situations. Social psychologists, therefore, deal with the factors that lead us to behave in a given way in the presence of others and look at the conditions under which certain behavior, actions, and feelings occur. Social psychology is concerned with the way these feelings, thoughts, beliefs, intentions, and goals are constructed and how such psychological factors in turn influence our interactions with others. Next one is environmental psychology. This field is concerned with the study of interaction between physical environment and human behavior. Current topics of research in these fields are extent to which disposal of waste, population explosion, conservation of energy, efficient use of community resources are associated with and are functions of human behavior. Environmental psychology deals with behavior in environment, includes material objects, plants, animals, and human beings. Environmental psychology does not emphasize the interactional processes among people which form the subject matter or other branches of psychology. Environmental psychology follows the systems approach which has become the modern approach in several branches of science. It is holistic and naturalistic and studies the adaptation of parts of the ecosystem, stressing the balance and interdependence of organisms and the environment. Health psychology. It is often said that a healthy mind has a healthy body. This field focuses on the impact of various psychological factors, for example stress, on the onset, progress, and treatment of illness. Health psychology is the study of psychological and behavioral processes in health, illness, and healthcare. It is concerned with understanding how psychological, behavioral, and cultural factors contribute to physical health and illness. Psychological factors can affect health directly. By understanding psychological factors that influence health and constructively applying that knowledge, health psychologists can improve health by working directly with individual patients or indirectly in large-scale public health programs. In addition, health psychologists can help train other healthcare professionals, for example, physicians and nurses, to take advantage of the knowledge the discipline has generated when treating patients. Health psychologists work in a variety of settings alongside other medical professionals in hospitals and clinics, in public health departments working on large scale behavior change and health promotions programs, and in universities and medical schools where they teach and conduct research. Organizational psychology. This field is concerned with applications of psychological principles and models to study the selection and performance of employees in organizational settings. It deals with workplace behavior, focusing on both the workers and the organizations that employ them. Organizational psychologists are scientists, practitioners who have expertise in the design, execution, and interpretation of research in psychology, and who apply their findings to help address human and organizational problems in the context of organized work. Organizational psychologists identify and train and development needs, design and optimize job and work and quality of the work life, formulate and implement training programs and evaluate their effectiveness, coach employees, develop criteria to evaluate performance of individuals and organizations, and access consumer preferences, customer satisfaction, and market strategies. Next is developmental psychology. This field is concerned with the study of various psychological and physical factors which influence the systematic changes with the individual experiences across the different stages of life. Also, number of new areas have emerged such as sports psychology, military psychology, aviation psychology, forensic psychology, peace psychology, neuropsychology, political psychology, feminist psychology, and positive psychology. Having knowledge in psychology can not only help us to study human nature, but it also offers solution to a variety of problems. Problems related to education, health, environment, social justice, women development, intergroup relations not only involve political, economic, and social reforms, but also intervention at individual level. The potential and scope of psychology has been increasing. The field of psychology is still evolving continuously as more theories are being developed, researches being carried out, changes in modern technology. We can use this knowledge not only to help others but ourselves. Well, I believe you must have gathered a lot by now about the psychology. Psychology in India is now being applied in diverse professional areas. Not only have psychologists been working with children having special problems, they are employed in hospitals as clinical psychologists, in corporate organizations in the HRD and advertising departments, in sports directorates, in the development sector, and in the IT industry. Thus, the knowledge of psychology is quite useful in our everyday life and is rewarding from personal as well as social points of view. Now, we have known enough about psychology, so let's summarize it. Psychology is a systematic and scientific study of mental processes, experiences, and behaviors, both overt and covert, as they take place in socio-cultural setting. The formal beginning of psychology was in 1879 when Wilhelm Wundt established the first experimental laboratory at the University of Leipzig in Germany. But in India, the study of soul consciousness was the main concern during Vedic and Upanishadic period. The scope of psychology is wide as it addresses a variety of issues related to mental and behavioral functioning of the individuals. Study of psychology helps us to develop a basic understanding about human nature and facilitates dealing with a number of personal and social problems. The various psychological processes that are involved in human behavior are sensation, attention, perception, learning, memory, and thinking. Psychology has a number of specialized fields of study. Each field helps us understand human behavior in a specific domain.
जीवन ये प्रकाशित करने राहों को आलोकित करने हम अपना दीपक स्वयं बने, हम अपना रास्ता स्वयं चुने।
अपना दीपक स्वयं बने, हम अपना रास्ता स्वयं चुने।
जीवन ये प्रकाशित करने राहों को आलोकित करने
धन साधन समय की सीमा से विद्यालय जो मुक्त हो,
धन साधन समय की सीमा से विद्यालय जो मुक्त हो।
कभी पढ़े हम कहीं पढ़े वे विषय की लोच से युक्त हो।
कभी पढ़े हम कहीं पढ़े वे विषय की लोच से युक्त हो।
मित्रों हम उठे और जागे,
मंजिल आने की ध्वनि सुने, हम अपना दीपक स्वयं बने, हम अपना रास्ता स्वयं चुने।
जीवन ये प्रकाशित करने राहों को आलोकित करने
राष्ट्रीय मुक्त विद्यालय का है द्वार खुला सबकी खातिर।
शिक्षा परीक्षा का अवसर एक बार ही क्यों मिलता फिर।
शिक्षा और परीक्षा का अवसर एक बार ही क्यों मिलता फिर दुनिया में इसके केंद्र बात
कोई मन चाहा केंद्र चुने, हम अपना दीपक स्वयं बने, हम अपना रास्ता स्वयं चुने। कोई मन चाहा केंद्र चुने, स्वयं बने, हम
हिंदुस्तान के हर कोने में नौजवानों के पास प्रतिभा है, उन्हें अवसर चाहिए।
NIOS देता रहा है युवाओं को अवसर आगे बढ़ने का। NIOS से पढ़ने वाले इन युवाओं ने किया है संस्थान को गौरवान्वित। दिव्यांगों ने बन के दिखाया है सबल और आत्मनिर्भर। NIOS के साथ आप भी जुड़िए NIOS के संग।
घर बैठे पाएं राष्ट्रीय मुक्त विद्यालय शिक्षा संस्थान यानी NIOS में एडमिशन, वो भी एकदम आसान तरीके से, जिससे शिक्षार्थियों को होगी समय और धन दोनों की बचत। NIOS से शिक्षा कभी भी कहीं भी। शिक्षार्थियों, क्या आप जानते हैं NIOS में एडमिशन लेने का सरल और सुगम तरीका, जिससे शिक्षार्थियों को ऑनलाइन प्रवेश लेने में सहूलियत मिलती है। NIOS में प्रवेश की प्रक्रिया पूर्णतया ऑनलाइन है। शिक्षार्थी घर बैठे इंटरनेट द्वारा प्रवेश के लिए सबसे पहले NIOS की वेबसाइट www.nios.ac.in पर लॉगिन करें। अपना ईमेल आईडी और पासवर्ड डालकर अपना पंजीकरण करें। पंजीकरण के बाद लॉगिन करने पर ऑनलाइन प्रवेश हेतु आवेदन पत्र खुलेगा। आवेदन पत्र को निर्देशानुसार भरें और प्रिंट आउट लें। इस प्रिंट आउट पर अपनी फोटो संलग्न करें। ऑनलाइन प्रवेश के लिए शुल्क हेतु भुगतान के तरीके हैं: क्रेडिट कार्ड के द्वारा, डेबिट कार्ड के द्वारा, राष्ट्रीयकृत बैंक के ड्राफ्ट के माध्यम से, जो कि सचिव NIOS नई दिल्ली या नोएडा के पक्ष में देय हो। भरे हुए आवेदन पत्र के साथ साथ डिमांड ड्राफ्ट और संलग्न किए जाने वाले दस्तावेज हैं: जन्म रजिस्ट्रार के जिला कार्यालय से जारी जन्म प्रमाण पत्र की सत्यापित प्रति, जिसमें जन्म तिथि अंकित हो, पिछले विद्यालय से प्राप्त विद्यालय छोड़ने का प्रमाण पत्र, जिसमें आवेदक की जन्म तिथि लिखी हो। प्रवेश फॉर्म का प्रिंट आउट NIOS के संबद्ध क्षेत्रीय केंद्रों पर 10 दिनों में पहुंच जाना चाहिए, अन्यथा उचित दस्तावेज न लगे होने पर आवेदन फॉर्म रद्द किया जा सकता है। प्रवेश प्रक्रिया की पुष्टि होने के बाद शिक्षार्थियों को परिचय पत्र व अध्ययन सामग्री डाक द्वारा तुरंत पहुंचाई जाती है। ऑनलाइन प्रवेश एक बहुत ही सुगम और सुविधाजनक प्रवेश प्रणाली है। ऑनलाइन ऑन टाइम फॉर सेफ एंड सिक्योर एडमिशन।
जीवन ये प्रकाशित करने, राहों को आलोकित करने, हम अपना दीपक स्वयं बने, हम अपना रास्ता स्वयं चुने।
धन साधन समय की सीमा से विद्यालय जो मुक्त हो,
धन साधन समय की सीमा से विद्यालय जो मुक्त हो।
कभी पढ़े हम कहीं पढ़े, वे विषय की लोच से युक्त हो। मित्रों हम उठे और जाग